Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new game, Diesel Railcar Simulator. So this recently released onto Steam games. It's been out since June, July, but recently came out on Steam on the 5th of March. And basically, so you're a British rail train driver in the late 1960s, and you drive a variety of trains. You've got the class 112, 117, 122, 126, and 127. And yeah, basically, as I said, you work for British Rail, it's late 1960s. You're basically based in majority's in southwest Wales around Haywarden, but there's also like a made up map as well. I'll show you those in a moment. And overall, it's a game I've been following for a little while now, so quite a lot of interest in it, especially being old British trains, which I do quite like. And I have to say, like, graphically, fair enough, it's a bit meh, but when it comes to like the dynamics, the realism, or like how everything works, and also the sounding as well. The sounds, like, all that's on point. The train feels nice, it looks great. Like, it just looks like an old and feels like an old British Rail train. Also, quick thank you to Snow King. I won't say your real name just in case, but yeah, shout out to him, because he's the one who gave me the 10 quid to buy the game. Much appreciated. But yeah, like I said, it's decent simulator. Two fictitious routes, although one of them is a bit more based on a real world place, the other one a bit less so. Yeah, we'll go straight into it, shall we? So, there are two maps I'll show you. You've got this first map, and then you've got this map here, which is like your Welsh one. So, like I said, Haverford, Haywarden, this is like a real place, but yeah, we'll go on to that later. So, what I will now do is I'll split up a train, and then we'll get ourselves going. Here we go. So, I'm going to do this route, the suburban stopping down 85. So, it's about a 20-25 minute route, this one. And here's a bit of like background for the train. So I'll be in a class 112. So okay, 50 units built for in Sheffield for the British Midland region. Basically just a background of the train, bit of the route as well, and then like your stations you're going to. So we're starting at St Paddington's Cross, which I'm quite sure is a mix between St Pancras and Paddington and King's Cross. So yeah, it's just a bit of a mess up. And there we go, we're going to Little Green, which is more of like a rural place. We'll start up the simulator. Select drive, and now let everything load. Again, fairly quick, and the UI is not too bad either. Could see a few tweaks here and there, but I'm not going to complain about that. So there we go. We have now loaded at St Paddington's Cross. So if I quick head outside and go into free cam view, I mean, like I said, graphically it's not the best in the world, but I've definitely seen a lot worse in the past as well. I mean, you can easily tell this is a class 112. And yeah, so the environment can see a few things improving, people, maybe a few tweaks here and there, but the train itself, very well animated. This is cool, the doors do open. They are all slam doors, we'll add as well. So, very much a major thing in these old British trains. And then, at this point, like I said, it's not the worst in the world. A few improvements here and there, still very much in early access, so I think a few reflections as well, a little bit bugged here and there we go, so a few white boxes just random appear out of nowhere. And you'll set up the train, get us ready to go. So, turn the key, take control, then put the throttle into notch 2, start up engine 1, start up engine 2, put that back into neutral, train in reverse goes into forward, and at this point I'm now just waiting for the guards to buzz at me. I'll then be able to release brakes and go. So that should be in a few seconds now. A little bit more prolonged than usual, that one I have to say. But like I said, guard buzzer works, AWS works, all that modeled within the train. So very nicely detailed simulator. There we go. Just quickly respond to that. Said a very nicely detailed simulator to this. I've got no real complaints when it comes to the realism departments of these old British diesel trains. So now I need to change that to first gear. Brakes are released, so now it's bringing power to the train. Sounds and all that are realistically recorded from these real trains as well. Again, very well done from these developers. I don't actually know their names. Probably should have checked that beforehand. Speed limit here is 10 miles per hour, so we're going a little bit too fast. There we go. And then as soon as I leave the platform, speed limit will then increase to 25. So put a little bit more power in there just so I don't actually come to a halt again. And worth pointing out in the British trains how they work. So see the post there, 25. If it's a higher speed limit from the current one, then it goes from the back of the train. If it's a lower speed, they'll be from the front of the train. But do need to be careful so that the next signal is red, and therefore, oh no, just changed to green. So now free to increase power and get ourselves going. So increase the revs, and go to second gear, and let's carry on going. So fully manual train this, something a lot, basically no trains these days are in the UK especially, minus maybe the Pacer. I think that may still have a few manual gearboxes in there, but like I said, very manual train this, very well detailed, very well modelled. As you saw there, the signal was raised up, which means we need to change track. Speed limit 25, so I'll slow down a little bit now here before changing to third gear once the speed limit reaches 40, which will be at the end of this stretch track here. A little bit powering again, like I said, just so I don't come to a halt without wanting to. Whilst we're on this bit is actually, let's have a look at the different views. So you've got a passenger view, which I do quite enjoy driving from behind the driver. You've got an exterior view. You've got a driver side spotter view, I guess. In fact, before you go back to that, just focus on like gears properly. Yes, now on third gear. Then let's go for the actual main menu. So you've got your cab, you've got your bogie view, which I do quite like. Shows the physics in this simulator, very nicely done. Passenger view, like I said, helicopter view. You've got your line side observe, which is your drive pie view, like I said. You've got your free roam, and then you've got your free roam train. So this way you can then follow the train, walk around it and stuff. Again, very nicely done. I do like it. And then see up ahead is now another train. So the entire schedule, that kind of stuff, all that is dynamic. Something that this game does take pride in, the fact that all these trains are on their own timetable. If there are delays in the line, they'll all get delayed and kind of like ruin the entire schedule for the day. As I said, all that, all made in the game. I do enjoy this. Very nicely built simulator, that. Diesel Railcar Simulator, I do recommend it. It's £10 actually on Steam right now, again on offer. Definitely worth throwing money at it if you want to. Wrong key again. I do apologise, I'm still getting used to the setup here, so eventually I'll get it. So we are going straight, I believe. Yes, we are. And this after we get to Abbotsgrove, we then actually take our first divergence. So we go on the main line this, we are on the main line right now, and then eventually we'll go to a bit more of a rural track to the right side once it gets past the station. So this is not ours, that's just another route. Speed now for me goes up to 60 miles per hour. Oops, wrong key again. I'm just destroying the gearbox here, aren't I? So we'll wait for the revs to go over. Actual controls here. So on the left I have no idea what that is. The yellow bar, that's my rev counter. So at this point I can actually now change gear. You then got my miles per hour, my speedometer on the right, and that there's my brake pressure. You got your handbrake on the side, a few other switches, and brake, emergency brake there. Again, very nicely built simulator this. I do like it. No real complaints when it comes to the train, like handling, train looks, that kind of stuff. So we are soon to reach Abbotsgrove, as you can see on the map there. And then the signal after that is red, so I assume that's because there's probably a passing train. And then the points are incorrect for what I need, because I didn't need to go to the right as opposed to the main line in a couple of minutes. So we'll start slowing down in a couple of moments for Abbotsgrove. Probably maybe worth putting it into a cruise in a moment. And there you go, have a quick view of the train going past at full speed before I do slow down. Again, the target at the bottom left will adjust depending on my actual approach speed for the station. But without that, I can also kind of manage it myself. There we go, so whoops, stick it into neutral. And then put a little bit of braking in. Just try and slow down train a bit actually, so just braking, so I have just a tiny bit of pressure in there, nothing too major, but not enough to kind of like stop me in my tracks. So actually, yeah, put a lot more pressure into it now actually. Now entering the station, I'm more looking at my speedometer at this point as opposed to the actual train station. And that does remind me, I do need to also look for a marker, so all like your station stop markers are included. So I'm a 2-car train. These don't generally include 2-car trains, so I'll be stopping at the 4-car train stop for this one, the first one. Whoops. So actually, yeah, probably put that in, coming to a halt now, so get neutral. A little bit more braking. And like I said, at the first one, we then come to a halt. So we will actually be a little bit early for this first station. Just quickly release the brakes again. Stopped a little short, I'm going to complain by that. On time, perfect. And also just in time to watch this train speed past. Very nicely done. So no doors opening just yet, as soon as no passengers wants to get on or off it. So it's now just me waiting for the guard buzzer to signal that I'm ready to go. So we're in neutral, we're on idle. Keep that in mind when I'm ready to set off. So like I said, that generally only takes a few seconds. My departure is actually at 17:50. So I've got a feeling that my guard will actually be delaying my leaving just a couple of moments, so that I can depart on time, as opposed to too early and keep the schedule going. It's just that minor little detail I do like about this. I mean, in terms of like, if I put it on the scale on like train simulators, this would be way above trains. It'll then be above Train Simulator XX. I'd probably put this like just behind Train Sim World, but intertwining between the two. There you go, God, what's going to sign now. So we'll put the train into, train into first gear. And up to full speed. So as I say, in between Train Sim World and TSXX, but intertwined between two, so physics-wise this is a lot better. Also managing-wise as well, more focused, being just old British Rail trains, but I don't know, graphically Train Sim World's definitely a lot better. Both in early access. Again, there's a lot intertwined between the two. I do like this kind of genre of simulator. So my first one, kind of like this, was Wild Subways 3, the London Underground one, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And this, I'm liking this as well. And also worth saying, if you guys want me to do a whole series of this game, let me know and I'll be happy to do so. Signal's now green. The thing was slanted, which means I'm going to have to take a point. I don't think it's this one. Yes, it's the next point I'm going to take, actually. Or not. Again, I don't properly know my old British Rail points just yet, my old signalling. That is something probably I should revise before working on that. AWS, that's telling me that my next signal is not green. So I need to be aware of that. So you can see it's red, probably because I need to wait for a passing train before the points can turn. That though will be explained to me when I come to a halt, as the signalman will then explain to me. So we'll leave it on neutral for now, so actually leave it on the 4th gear for rolling. And that shouldn't mean I'm going to slow down in any way, shape or form as I carry on going. Likewise here on the gearbox as well, as the gears can move a little bit more freely on the 4th gear. So we'll carry on rolling down the line to the next stop. Go for a different camera side view, maybe a little bit more of a raised one. There we go, just on the side of the hill there, side of the embankment. Train coming past. Sounds good, looks good, no problems whatsoever. And I can see that target's now slowing down as well. So in a moment, once signal comes to view, I'll then be able to signal that. So it's not this signal that's red. It's the next one. I can see a train in the distance. That's the one that's caused the signals change. So as soon as he's clear, I'll then be able to go. So I actually need to put a bit of braking in. Now it's now gone green. I need to bring it down to 25 miles per hour. I'm going on the points. So which gear is that, gear 2? Yes it is. So that's green now. And I'm going to the right here, onto the siding. So nice and slowly. And onto the 25 track on the side here, perfect. And then once the back of the train reaches the next line, which is 40, clicking on the route monitor, and then go back to up to full speed, and then really push on my journey again. So increase that up to full. Up to third gear, and there we go, that should be fine now. So it's going to differentiate between 40 and 50, as this bit of track's quite curvy, has lots of ups and downs. It's definitely quite a little bit of a challenge, this bit of track here, which is why I do enjoy this route, especially doing it on the video right now. So rounds in this little, not valley, but it's like a little dugout here for the track. Speed is coming up to 40 now. There you go, Bolton Norton is coming up shortly for me. There you go, so now we're going to idle there. A little bit too fast for the game's liking, so I'll just slow it down a tiny bit. Cut to 50 now anyway, the speed limit, so that'll be fine. Whoops, again, need to control the throttle, not the gears. And in a couple of moments, I'll then brake the Bolton. There you go, that's the AWS clearing. And signal's now gone to green, so that's perfect for me. Right, idle it here. That's just above 40. As I need to be in about a minute to Bolton. Perhaps put a little bit more throttle in. Just give you the extra push to the station. I'm not going to go into fourth gear just yet. There's no real need to at this point in time. I mean, I do know that the station's quite close to me now. And then afterwards, it's a bit of a downhill stretch. So in fact, station is now coming to view in a couple of moments. I can just about see it at the end of the screen there. We zoom in. Worth pointing out, there's only two viewing points in terms of zoom. So you've got zoom and out. None of that crazy stuff most simulators go for, where, as you know, bus drivers, train drivers and pilots have the best eyesight ever, basically. Can view everything from space in perfect HD quality. So we'll put a bit of braking on now, start slowing down. And yeah, there's only one stop point, which should be an S at the end of the platform. So slow it down, bring it in, and then bring the train to a halt now. So maximum braking, maybe a little bit too fast. Take that neutral just for now. Yeah, a little bit overrun there. So the game will take points away from that. Too far away, okay, fair enough. So I'm going to put you into reverse. And then bring the train back a tiny little bit. So release the braking, stick it in first gear, and actually corrects my stopping. But again, it still accepts my stop. So points will definitely be deducted for this. Now going reversing on the main line. Again, my fault, not the game's. And I'm going to bring it to a halt now. And actually quickly reset the train back into normal position. So we're on time, just about. I now need to bring that to neutral, set the gear back to forward, and there you go, buzzer now. That can then go to first gear and forward. So we've arrived and departed on time, Tilso being our next stop. I do know there's a crossing just before the platform, so I do need to use the horn to signal to cars passing by that I'm about to cross. And again, got your old classic British Rail horn, which I'll actually signal for you in just a second if we change gear. So you got your high, sorry, you got high, and then you got your low. And yeah, I do quite like the just the sound of the classic British Rail horn. It's like the echoey, air horny kind of thing, not the rubbish stuff they have these days, which you can barely hear. So change gear quickly. There you go, this is a downhill bit. I'm actually going to leave it on neutral, because I can see it's a 40 mph speed limit at the bottom of this hill, which I do need to manage for. Again, I'm probably also completely messing up my gears by doing this, but I'm going to leave it on 4th gear so my gears can go freely down this hill. Next stop has a red signal, so I'll be careful for that. And again, this straight bit of track here, up to 50 miles per hour, so I can cope with that. Probably bring it off to 4th gear actually, for essentially the only parts of this route will actually allow it for. And then we'll slow down up to 40 again, just a couple of moments. We're not even going to reach 40 actually, look at my speedometer before we get to that next point. So we'll carry on accelerating, and we'll get ready to stop at Tilso. Yeah, so idle it a bit, and manage my speed so it goes below 40. Stick it on 3rd gear at 1 power. Just so I carry on going without rolling to a halt. And you see it tracks a bit tilted as well into the turn. So it's like tiny little details I do like about this game. And then the physics will take that into account as well. With the little bumps and scratches and that kind of stuff on the ground. Green signal at Tilso, but I know I have to come to a halt in just a moment as I come to the station. Once I see the level crossing, which I can do actually, and that's a British race. Next one's level crossing. I then sound the horn. And then we'll slowly crawl into the final station for this route. So Tilso, then Little Green, in about 5 minutes. There we go. So maximum braking for now. Just again, bring the train down as slow as possible into start the station, and try not to overrun it this time actually as well. So in fact, just leave it on full braking. Come on train, don't do this to me again. Ooh, we're gonna just about make it. Just about. Perfect. There you go, so the doors are opening. Passengers now leaving. I think the squealing effect actually glitched out a bit. I'm not sure. Let's go to let's go to free roam. This train slowly rolls away actually, you need to be careful. Man, these old trains definitely didn't have the nicest brakes in the world. So doors are closing. Guard's gonna buzz me now. Any second now. There we go. Release the brakes. Back into 1st gear, pressure neutral. Ah, right, I was still in power. That explains the squealing. This minor little detail you need to properly keep an eye out for, otherwise you're not going to survive basically driving these trains. So gears, the brakes are now released. Up to full power, we're now accelerating, signal's green. Let's just get going, shall we? Before I completely demolish the line. So change gears now. Change to 3rd gear, speed limit of 40 here. So we are about 30 now. And we arrive at Little Green in about 3 minutes. So long stretch of track. About this speed as well. I'm not going to have any issues with this bit. It's fairly simple, final destination. And yeah, as long as I don't hit the buffers at the end of it, things will be alright. So next signal is red. I'll go green by the time I arrive there, because there's only one train at a time on this stretch of track, so I'm basically like the only train here right now. It's a shuttle run between St. Padding, what was it, St. Padding, you know, it's Paddington, St. Pancras, St. Padding Cross, King's Cross. Yeah, man, these stations are interesting names. So 4th gear, but I won't need full power, I don't think. Leave it on, say 3. Very nice scenery overall. You can tell there's definitely a standard asset packs in this game, but Whoops, now I need that. Standard assets packs in the game, so all like the bridges and the viaducts all look the same, but they're not too bad. I'm not going to question any of this really. So there's the main line up ahead. In fact, there's another train up there you can see, with my one coming past down below. So that's the main line. I'm on the siding here, and I'll soon arrive at Little Green. So like I said, signals are now green. I'll keep it at this speed for the rest of the journey. No need to touch the power anymore. As I slowly increase the braking to bring me into Little Green. So there we go. Very slightly slow it down. And then as you enter the platform, you need to be at 10 miles per hour, worth bearing that in mind. And then at the end of the route, you get a very unceremonious, just your score appears out of nowhere. Again, no cutscene, no jump cuts, just here's your score, have fun. I've probably gone a little bit too slow on the speed actually. Down to 25, and the station platform now just appearing around the corner. Train will generally then take the right track here onto this platform, so we'll cut across to the right now. We are now at coming up to 20 now, so actually probably worth putting the brakes on again. Let's bring it down to 10 as we enter the platform. So there's the last bridge across, and then there's the actual station. So a little bit of power just to keep me going. And then we're on the end of the route. So it's now 18:05 in like 2 seconds, so perfect timing throughout the entire journey, I have to say. It's about that one minor setback, had to reverse into the station, but hey, no one remembers that. Then yeah, like I said, bring it nice and close to the end of the platform, where I can then bring things to an end for today. So nice and slowly. Now put on maximum braking, and that'll be perfect for today. Sorted. Right, so there we go. Got a score of 2,507. And there's the time and date I did it, if you're interested. And there you go, total score. So I got 2,507 points. The higher the better. Tutorial penalties, so I had the like on-screen stuff showing me my brute stuff to get a penalty for that. Target speed, minimap, and signals on the minimap. Speed limit exceeded 5 times. Yes, I did. Fair enough. So I get 5 points deducted for that. Moved while at book stop. So that's when I'm moving without the guard buzzer working. So I think that was when I had the power on by accident when the train came to a halt. Maximum acceleration comfort exceeded. So that's when I'm braking a bit too hard into the station. Passenger comfort exceeded 2 times. About a minute late throughout the journey. Expected energy use was 133.84 megajoules, sorry. And then I used about 101.8% of that. So in terms of like coasting and that kind of stuff, how much I used. So the more I coast, the more points I get. So yeah, overall, graph top as well shows you entire like speed and stuff. So nothing too off really, and then that maybe one bit in the section there. Good route overall, good route, I quite enjoyed that. And you got your scoreboard on the left, which shows you a lot of actual scores in the map. So I can now continue watching if I wanted to. And I can either drive back myself, or do that for someone else. So let's go have a look at another training area. So this one's at St. Padding's, I believe, yes it is. Everyone then quickly load up, so this is a 2-car train there. We've got another train at St. Padding's. We've got another train about to enter St. Padding's. It's actually getting quite busy here, actually, coming towards the end of the day. So this is a 127, possibly? I don't know. I don't know my trains too well. I'm still learning that kind of stuff, so I do apologise if I say anything wrong. But overall, like you said, you've got all your timetables, all your trains. You can go observe all of these. I've got no real complaints with this game, and I do quite enjoy Diesel Railcar Simulator. So, yeah, we'll go as an AI for this one, I guess. Just watch him for a bit. So also end this episode into the passenger seat. Why not? So actually, free roam passenger. There we go. And let's get just away one of the middle cars for now. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe as well. Let's help the channel out. And likewise, do you want me to do a series on this game? Have you do it on like a Monday or something? Probably a Monday, actually. Tie in with Train Sim World quite nicely. So do let me know if you want me to do a series on this game. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. He's pulling to a station, I believe. Nope, another signal point, so he is on another siding. Was that my one? No, so he's the second train on the route I just did. And then I see it's now kind of messed up the entire signalling here, since there's quite a few trains at this one section, which is why out there he's going to stop. That train has stopped, and that one made it through the signals. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, do subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.